Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ops, and welcome to Ruinarch. A very interesting game that's recently come out on Steam. Ruinarch is effectively kind of like RimWorld, only instead of building up a settlement, what you're doing is you're playing as a basically an evil dark god, and you're trying to destroy it from the out. You're trying to destroy it. Now, the thing is, there are options of how to do this, depending on... Well, I'll start a basic one, just because there's different scenarios that you can unlock as you keep doing things. I played this a little bit myself, because this is a interesting game. But let's see, we're gonna play the Anoa, or however, scenario, which is a single desert region with a burgeoning human town. Unknown to these residents, the surrounding caves are filled with danger. There is a strange artifact of unknown origin somewhere nearby. Is it connected to the dozens of various crystals scattered around the place? Yeah, this is the first one that unlocks, but we'll just play it just to show off what this game is like. Because there are different dark gods you can play as I'll show off in a second. And they fundamentally have somewhat different methods in which they operate. Like, they have different powers, or they have different innate traits. And I'll show it off as soon as it loads. But, yeah, different scenarios kind of appeal to different, basically, dark gods. Because, okay, here's the map we're on. We have the human town here. We have a bunch of, like, ruins and stuff. So there's that. I think we'll set ourselves up down here. Keep in mind this map, so that's where we're setting up our portal. Just down in the corner here, away from everything else. And now we get to pick which overlord, which archetype we're running with, and thus we can customize them. We have the Puppet Master, who specializes in pulling strings and letting the world devolve, and go into fighting and all that. We have the Lich, who uses necromantic powers, basically undead, raising the undead and all that. And we have the Revenger, who I haven't actually used, but effectively their idea is destructive, just raw destructive power. And, you know what, just for the sake of it, I'll use the Revenger for this one, because I haven't used him before, but sometimes you just want to destroy stuff. Let's see, Yep, we're in a desert, so Heatwave can be grabbed. Let's see, Freezing Trap, let's see. We'll go with Lightning Storm, Electric Storm, Earthquake, and Wind Blow. Yeah, no, Fireball. Fireball would be good. So basically, we're just loading up to just flat out just assault this thing. Let's see, what bad things can we give people? Hot-headed and yeah, pyrophobia. The thing about the Revenger is he gets access to a lot more demons than the other archetypes do. Because the other archetypes will get 3 different demons, we get 5. So that works. Though we're stuck with the Kennel and the Eye as buildings, so we can breed monsters to fight for us, while also spying and getting intel and stuff. And our normal thing... is... Um, Raise dead or trigger floor. You know what? Raise dead. Why not? So here's our portal. Ah. And we also have our item there, which I can't actually interact with. Yeah, well, not our problem. First things first, let's build our village, well, not really village, but our sanctum a bit, just to have things operational. So what these buildings do is the eyes here. What it does is it allows us to record interesting events over that may arise in the world, like humans doing awful things or doing legally dubious things, which we have the option of saving and then sharing with other mortals, basically to get them to start fighting each other. There's only 9 people in this village. Okay, so let's have a look-see. They're humans. And and just having a look here, we've got Chance Quancy, or however you pronounce her name, who's refreshed, who's bringing with them and energy. She's full. She's sprightly, so she can run. And her traits are she's fast and persuasive, but she's a bit of a coward. Alright. And I'm guessing her husband, because we can check relations, they're studying in the same house. Yep, they're married. Is a poison expert and an optimist, so they lose, their entertainment mood goes down slower. They're also nocturnal, so they're more active at night, and they are lustful. And we have the option of doing things to them. Alrighty, unattractive. So Firemaster and... Okay, so Firemaster means that if we set something on fire, he's going to just extinguish it pretty easily. And he's chaste and unattractive. I feel like these two are connected. Just saying. Okay, we also have fireproof, but fast and suspicious. So moves quickly into normal. Suspicious means that if we move something around or do something, they'll be inclined to destroy it. Just by default. Oh, we've got another unattractive mage. Who knew? Let's see, Firemaster, inspiring, randomly blurts out inspirational quotes. Somehow others feel inspired by it. Alrighty. So we don't really have anyone for... Well, we don't really have anyone we would be inclined to convert and do stuff to. But that's okay. Because that's not how the Revenger plays. The Revenger plays by... Effectively, we find these monsters... We have demons we can summon into the world. Just flat out. But we also have monsters that we can effectively borrow. Also, there's a dragon here. And the sad truth is, I'm not entirely sure how exactly you're meant to bloody wake the dragon up. Because you can wake him up, and if you do, he'll probably go on a rampage, but I'm not entirely sure how. But first things first, we're going to grab our little spiders, our giant spiders here, and you're going to go into our kennel. And what that means is we can effectively now breed giant spiders. Alright, fire elementals, not really that good for our purposes, honestly. Just simply because they've got so many people who are good at... You know, so many people who are not catching fire, who are good at dealing with fire, that it's just not really worth it. Alright. I will admit the problem with these things early on is, like, Roxanne flirted with Peyton. I'm pretty sure they are married. So, no real point remembering it. And you're attacking a chicken, so who cares? Alright. Yep, they're attaining food. Right, first things first. Breeding a bunch of giant monsters. Namely giant spiders. We can also potentially grab a succubus, because they're also around. And technically count as creatures. They do interesting things, like they will... Wait, what? Ah! So there was a mimic there. Wasn't aware... Damn, I wasn't aware that mimics were a thing. Oh well, it's dead now, so... Too little too late to worry about it, but... Alrighty. Now let's see, where were... Oh, wait. Wait, I've already done stuff. So we'll grab a bunch of creatures first. And you're charging up. Now, there's a reason we can have fun with monsters. Because monsters do have benefits. There are benefits to having things. Namely, giant spiders are an infesta-type monster. Effectively, they grow and multiply with time, which is kind of what we want for them to do. Alright, turns pro. And here we go, because as we look through the information about our people, not only because they're more than just traits, we also get relations. Namely, how Precious here is an enemy of Roxanne and Clancy, and also a rival of River. So, let's see, mood, sprightly. Let's make you hot-headed. So effectively what that means is they're a bit quicker to anger. I will admit I kind of wish the spiders would... Because the main reason I put the spiders here is to just start attacking their supply of meat. Because it can get, well, the job going. Let's see. Demuda. Alright. We're now unleashing the wolves. Because don't underestimate wolves. Wolves can be damn in solid numbers. They can be pretty damn effective. In this case, yeah. So you're attacking chickens. Good. So are you. Now, at the moment, we're being somewhat subtle about things because... Being somewhat subtle. Here's a fun fact. We've got a succubus who's a wild succubus who's trying to pretend to be someone else to rue Jared. Let's see. Who are you pretending to be? I'm pretty sure you're pretending to be Clancy here. Character is a coward, that's fine. And yes, you're pretending to be her. And you'll hopefully be chased off by a wolf soon. Because you are a coward and you're being attacked by a wolf and you're... See, no point in... Let's see, yeah, they killed one of our wolves. But that's fine. They've killed one of the wolves, that's okay. Because it did its job. It distracted from the succubus that's pretending to be someone else. Ah, yep, they... No surprise there, the Clancy saw herself and kind of freaked out. Alright, so we have option. Apart from the monsters, which we're... we're kind of doing stuff with. Oh yeah, the spiders are developing. They're having children, so there's now going to be more spiders. And because there's more spiders, that means there's going to be wanting to have more food and all that fun stuff. And that means eventually they'll start eating chickens or go after people. Or the people will go after them to defend themselves. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna try and do... Let's see. What do we want to do? Burning rocks? No. Landmine? Poison cloud, heat wave, electric storm, earthquakes, and... We've got a lot of options to go with as far as just pure on destruction. Oh, that's the graveyard. Yeah, cemetery. So, let's see, it seems the wolves are both dead, as well as their succubus. Though no one really cares. Alrighty, let's start with... Tornado! Let's see, you're not dead. You're not dead. You're badly hurt, but the tornado didn't kill you. Which sucks, but... oh well. Let's see, let's try... Well, we can place a landmine. Let's see, who are you? Character who's in the bed? Ah, you're fireproof, so a landmine there, not so good. You, on the other hand, aren't immune to fire, so... Just gonna put a landmine right there. Which triggers and has set off a... Basically, it's freaked him out, because, he's spooked. Did a bit of damage, all that fun stuff. Because spells can be effective. But you only have so much mana to work with. In this case, I think we're going to try... Let's see. Let's do a bit of a demon assault, shall we? Now we're gonna go with these particular demons because they're invaders. Effectively, they go out of their way and they attack people. Whereas the other two demons are more defenders. They're better off, as you can imagine, defending our stuff. But yes, a straightforward... Oh, wait. Ah, the people managed to kill our... The people killed our demons. Though, apparently, I'm pretty sure they took a fair beating in the process. That is fine. Have a heat wave. Just in this area. And that's gonna open the way for... Yep, we've just basically destroyed her home. Ah! Now this we can work with. because, let's see. Actually, hang on. Let's see, because you're... Who did you try and flirt with? You flirted with Gerald, who is married. Granted, they were rebuffed, but still. But anyway, intel. Terrence spat on Norman's grave. Okay. Norman. Norman's dead. We killed Norman. But let's have a quick... We can actually raise Norman from the dead, too. But let's see. Who actually liked Norman? Hyde. Oh wait, no, Hyde's not in this region, so... Let's see, we're gonna have to go with a friend, in this case, Dean. Let's see, no, you're good friends with Terrence is the problem. So let's see, let's find someone else. River. Also good friends with Terrence. Alright, who here doesn't get along with Terrence? Not you. Actually, hang on. Easy. No. You're dead. You're... Roxanne. Did you get along with Roxanne? Yes, you did. So we're going to just share this little bit of information. What do you want from me? Terrence spat on Norman's grave. Terrence seemed angry and disapproving at Terrence after receiving the new information. So because of that, they are now a bit angry, and they don't like Terrence as much. So their opinion's gone down. I believe... Oh, they're on fire. Huh, guess that heat wave is setting people ablaze. Which is always fun. Alrighty. Now let's see. You're nice, so you're actually kind of difficult. Ah, Dean died from a heat stroke. Nice. So he's dead. And look here, the giant spiders are finally moving in. So let's see. Admittedly, some of them have moved in. They didn't exactly do much they didn't do much, but that's just the thing. Now that they've got now that the spiders are growing in number, we can... You know what? We're going to let the succubus go because we're just not really getting much in the way of options from them. Go, giant spiders, go! I just let them loose straight in someone's house. Namely, Clarency, who somewhat poisoned, and freaked out, but alive and well, and all that stuff. Ah, Gerald. Gerald the human stalker is suffering a lot of poison, actually. So it's likely they're going to die. Because here's the fun thing. Like, yep, Gerald's dead. He literally couldn't... He got... The spiders poisoned him and he ended up dying. See, wolves are randomly killing the chickens. This place was on fire. I don't recall setting the place on fire, but... Guess it happened. Alrighty, let's try, now that they've been weakened up a little bit. Alright, the spiders are killing Clancy. Yep, they are dead. However, the spiders have mostly died. but they're slowly picking... See, here's the thing. Spiders, like, releasing native beasts on people and all that, it doesn't generate a lot of threat because, well, to be perfectly blunt, they're pretty effective at what they do. Wait, why can't I raise you? Why can't I raise you? Ah. Okay, so you're blessed. Effectively, if you're blessed, if a human is... Well, a human, if a villager is blessed, your spells can't directly affect them. Like, I can't give them negative traits, I can't raise them as corpses, that sort of thing. Though, surprisingly, throwing a fireball at them does work. Like, who would have guessed? Alright, so they're trying to rebuild. Here, have some demons. Oh wait, you're a defender. You're not, though. Alright, so you kind of sucked, honestly. You weren't a good... You're not that good a demon, but you did do some work. Let's see, a bit of a poison cloud. Get some poison damage going. Oh, well, you lived. Bastard. So there's only 2 villages left. There's Terrence over there, and... Oh, hello. Roxanne, who was captured by the spiders. Or at least some of the spiders. Alongside Precious. I'm not entirely sure when Precious was murdered by spiders, but yeah, they actually start... Basically, what happens in this case is the spiders cocoon them, and she's still alive, but she's restrained, and they're just going to start nibbling at her over time. Eventually, she will starve to death. Alright, and Terrence is alive. Wait, were you? You actually captured a demon. Huh. That is not something I was expecting. Let's see, random lightning. Yeah, not surprising, you don't hit... Basically, something you can do is you can combo spells together. So let's see. My poisonous cloud. Okay, so you ran away from poisonous cloud. You don't want to go in. Yeah, he doesn't want to go into the poison cloud. The wuss. Alrighty, fleeing from tornado. Wait, what's the... Ah! Tornado's flicking water around and all that, so... There is that. See, Terrence is probably the last person who's still alive and, you know, not dying. Like Roxanne here is. Let's see, I have to admit, the spiders aren't really doing what... Spiders have kind of... Their numbers have kind of got... What is this? Grimoire. Oh, I can't pick up items, but you can do things like... For example, if you pick the ability to pick up and interact with items, you can pick up things and place them in places where, like, things like villages can find them. At which point, when you do that, you get some very interesting things, like... Well, you get interesting things like the whole... What's... Oh, yes. Like, for example, you can pick up things like the Necronomicon and make sure that some villager finds it. And if they do, then you get some... If you do, then you get things such as a villager converting into a necromancer. And basically, you don't control the necromancer, but they kind of just sort of do their own thing. Let's see. Yep, the spiders have been eating bits of Roxanne for a while. You're starving, you're malnourished. Eventually, you'll starve to death. Eventually. Like, to be honest, the spiders here are kind of probably pretty happy with her because, well, she is a nice and thus has a fairly large amount of health that they can just nibble at over time. Let's see, where are well, there are spiders who can pick you up and drop you over here. Admittedly, this game has only recently been released, and it's still very much in early access. Or something like that. They are working to improve the AI a lot, so that you've got things like the villagers yeah, she's finally starved to death. Let's see, work in progress. Your feedback during our early access is welcome and appreciated. Our current priority is to make the villager AI more believable and to make the existing scenarios richer, replayable, and different from each other. Yeah. And that's just... admittedly, that was just scenario number 1. There are different ways to approach it, like... As we said, we took the Revenger, who was a bit more open with their destruction. But we've also got things like the Puppet Master, who's designed to... Effectively, his spells are designed to basically ruin their lives and turn them against each other. While you have the Lich, who's more about plague and zombies and undeath in general. But I just wanted to show this game off, because it's just recently came out on stream. There'll be a link to where it is in the description. If this seems like the kind of thing that'll interest you, go right ahead. Until next time, my name is Bright Ops, and I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.